As we've gone through this last couple of months, exploring the Gospel for Luke, it struck me of how much we are along on Jesus' journey through Galilee towards Jerusalem. In fact, many of the Gospel passages start out while Jesus was on his journey to Jerusalem, or while during his journey. And today, in the second reading from St. Paul recognizes that he's been on a journey. He's poured himself out, he's emptied himself, and his journey is coming to an end. Well, we are all on journeys, different kinds, during our lives. In fact, many different journeys. Some of them we can identify when they started and when they stopped. The day we're born, it's recorded. The day we die, it's recorded. The day we get married, recorded. The day our children or grandchildren are born, it's recorded. But what about those journeys that we don't really know when it stops or starts? If you've read the bulletin already, or if you're reading it now, you might notice a little blurb in there that next Friday, All Saints Day, I'm celebrating my 5-year anniversary of my ordination into the diaconate. That was the end of my formal formation into the permanent diaconacy. And people ask me all the time, says, when did you realize that you received that call? And my answer is, beats the heck out of me. It just sort of grows with you. And you just go with the flow until you finally realize, I don't know when it first started. Some journeys we don't know when they end. But the great thing about all our journeys, when they end, it starts a new journey. When Jesus finishes his journey to Jerusalem and ends up at Calvary, 3 days later, he arises and starts a new journey for 40 days as he's teaching and preparing his disciples, apostles, to carry on after him. And that journey continues until his ascension. And then he starts a new journey as we profess in our creed at the right hand of the Father. Again, my journey into formal formation ended 5 years ago, but then just started a new journey forward. A journey as a deacon. My formation didn't stop. I learned something new all the time. Mainly, though, I learned it from you, the people of God, being with you, talking to you, listening to you. A lot of times after Mass, if I'm doing an homily, people will come up to me and say, Deacon, you were wrong with what you said in your homily. And I'll go and research it, and I find I was wrong. That's how I learn things. And sometimes I research it, and I find out I was right. But, in effect, I was wrong because I didn't explain it correctly so that people could understand it. So I learned how to restate things. We are all called to continue our growth in our faith. And we do that by continuing to search for knowledge, continuing to ask the question, who, what, why, when, and where. That's how we strengthen our faith life. Because if we ever get to the point where we think we're right, then we're wrong. In fact, if I ever get to the point where I think I know everything, then I'm like the Pharisee in the gospel. God, please don't let me go there. We have to continue to grow. We have to continue to be interested in what we do. And the other thing about our journeys, we are never journeying alone. We always have others with us. We may not always realize it, but they're there. In my journey towards the diaconate, in a sense, my wife supported me. And Deacon Richard will probably agree that without our wives supporting us, we couldn't do what we do. We need them, their companionship. They do a lot of things by themselves. You see, Deacon Richard's wife is sitting by herself in the pew. They do a lot of things by themselves because we are here working with you. prayers and pray like we heard in Sirach. Pray like the tax collector in the gospel. Pray like we heard in the responsorial song. Send out to God the cry of the poor. Doesn't mean riches. It means poor in spirit, poor in the ability to recognize yourself as who you are. So we are all on a journey. Right now, Holy Spirit Church, we are very blessed as a church and as a parish that we have one of our parishioners, Steve Llewellyn. We also have been blessed to have Kim Roberto and Nick Bayless working with us for the last couple of months. Those 3 men, along with 12 others, will be ordained into the permanent diaconate on November 16th at the cathedral. At that time, their journey into their formation ends, but then they get to start a new journey as a deacon, serving you, the people of God. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers over these next 3 weeks, that they keep the strength up, that they're able to receive that Holy Spirit through the hands of the bishop, that they're able to go forward serving you for the rest of their lives. Now, are you ready to start a new journey? You can do that. You can start a journey by exploring your faith. Start a journey working with others. Start a journey by asking the right questions. And you can do that by signing up for next week's one-day Congress. A chance to go with others just like you. Others who want to build and strengthen their faith. You can sign up after that. And I have been authorized to offer everyone who signs up today a gift. So if you sign up today, you will get absolutely free a 1-year subscription to our Sunday morning. The only requirement is that you have to come here every Sunday to pick it up. But as you go forth, no matter what you do, remember that all journeys, no matter how long, how short, how arduous, how easy, all journeys start with one step. And that first step is your responsibility to take. And our faith also tells us that God's grace is freely given. We all can be recipients of God's grace. But to explore, to strengthen, and to grow in faith, that's our responsibility to take those 2 steps and start that